Christine Bertram, and I'm coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. It is a Monday, and I have a hunky noodle here. If you haven't seen him lately, this is my noodle boy. He gets limp like a noodle when you pick him up. And he was perusing the outer window here to see what was happening in the outside world. So it's Monday, the 19th. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a little while since I've been live with you. I want to say it wasn't last week, but maybe sometime on the 5th. No, so I was gone from Wednesday till, oh gosh, you guys, it was only 6 days. It feels like a lot longer than what it was, but it was only 6 days. And I know that Gina was in here a couple times, and I know that Diane had class in here, and Julie had class, so there was lots of stuff still hopping in the Hive. But we have Let's Just Stamp, and we're going to be featuring the You Are Remarkable stamp set. But before I do that, I want to say hi to everybody. I apologize for being really tardy today. I had a phone call from my mom at 20 minutes to 1, and I'm not blaming my mom. I'm just telling you how it happens. It's just one thing after another. She said, I'm coming into town. Do you have any ribbon to cut? And I was like, oh man, I didn't know that. And I said, when did you figure this out? Just now. And I'm like, okay. So I pulled all the ribbon I could to have her work on cutting for the Paper Palooza. And I have 11 cards to share with you for the Paper Palooza. So that took me about 10 minutes, and that set me about 10 minutes behind. And then I couldn't find things because I haven't been in here for a week. And then I had just one thing after another. The technology needed to be restarted. So it's all the things, you guys. They compound, and I do apologize. So I don't try to be 20 minutes tardy ever. I know I'm usually 3 to 4 minutes, but not 20. So I thank you for your patience with me. I have Debbie Gast was front and center. Good job, girlfriend, for being here first. Hi, Julie Buntringer. And there's Susan Bellamy. Hi, Amy Langlois. Hi, Jeannie Gertis. From hot St. Pete. Wow, you went to Florida and I left. We got home yesterday at about 6 o'clock, you guys. And it's a night, then you're tired and from traveling all day. And I did not do much last night. Hi, Debbie Stone, except for unpack and get ready for bed. Hi, Nedra Dover. Hi, Linda Krause. Hi, Sherry Martin. And there's Doris Munson. Hi, Connie Moore. And there's Kelly. Hi, Mary. We did have a blast, by the way. It was really good. Hi, Laura Sullivan. And who else do we have here? Hi, Mary Lemke and Tanya Jackson. Hello, Denise Wall. Hello, Mary Carls from Jericho. And there's Polly Libby. So I would say there's a bunch of you here, and we're going to make some cards momentarily. We have 3 easier cards, I would have to say, to put together. So I don't think they'll take us very long, but I do have a few things I'd love to share with you guys if you're okay with it. I have a box of stuff here of some of the things I got. I don't know if it's everything, but I grabbed what I could. I made 3 trips back into the house, and it was because, oh, go grab this. Oh, so that added on some extra time too. But I do, hi Sherry Ott, hi Bridget Rowe. I extended the Paper Palooza early bird pricing through today, just in case anybody wanted to add on for an in-person version, or you could still have opted for getting it mailed to you. I have maybe what I'm planning for, I'm at 72, and I think we're going to cut cardstock and kits for 96 here for me. And so that means we have about 22 spots left, but the Palooza isn't a time-sensitive event. You've got time yet, if you're still thinking about it, to get registered for it, because it's all annual catalog product that will be around for a while. And if we cut and kit for 96 of them, and I have, let's say, 5 to 10 to 15 of them left throughout the summer, it's okay, because they're not going anywhere, right? So it doesn't go bad, let's say. But I know some of you like to see what is created for the cards before signing up for something. Totally get that. So that's why we always share stuff ahead of time. So I'm going to share with you 11 of the 21 card designs. Amanda has her 10 done. I want to recreate them and then share with you the cards, because to show you a picture of a card doesn't do it justice either. So I have to carve a few hours aside to cut and prep and assemble her 10 cards. But I do have 11 of them here. So in case that helps put you over the edge and get off of the sawhorse or whatever it is so that you don't have to get those splinters anymore, that would be good. So what it is the Paper Palooza is a DSP share on steroids. You get a 6x6 sheet of all of the DSPs, and we have 21 different packs. And we went back as far as actually to January, because in January we didn't include the 2 scrapbooking brochure papers, the Meant to Be and the Everyday Happiness. We didn't include them in the product share from the last time. So we rolled them into this one. Plus we had online exclusives that launched in March that we rolled into this, and everything that launched in May. So that's how we ended up with 21 different, let's say, packs of designer series paper, and you'll get 1 sheet of each of them. If you want to get the DSP sampler by itself without the card kits, I think the cost of it was $59 plus shipping. Okay, so you're getting that plus 21 card kits plus attendance gifts, and also okay, let's say an attendance gift and then pillow gifts. I meant to say a couple pillow gifts and then an attendance gift. And I think that is a lot. And I thought, oh my gosh, you always wonder if you charge enough for something. And when you think about 21 different cards, it's like, oh my gosh, the cutting, you guys, the card stock alone is going to be like this is just 11 of them. So yeah, anyways, it is what it is at this point. It's a learning lesson is how I look at it. It's the first time we're doing a paper palooza. Hi Sue Esworthy, hi Julie. So I'm going to drop the camera down and show you 11 of the 21. And then if you are inclined to want to sign up for this and you haven't done so already, you can always go to the event on my events calendar, get signed up today with the early bird pricing yet through today. So, all right. So I was in charge of a lot. So it was awesome. Amanda and I like different things. And so we went back and forth picking, and I definitely wanted to get the bees. So I chose the bee set or the bee designer paper. And with all of these cards, you guys, all you need are sentiments. You don't really need any focal images at all. So if you don't like this saying sent with love, all you have to do is put something else on it and life is good. So you'll have this one is one of them. And so what we did is we have 11 different layouts and 21 cards. So 2 cards will have the same layout per se, but they'll look different. So these are the ones that we piggybacked off of each other. And this features that new Irresistible Blooms designer paper. And it's glossy, and then you blend over the top of it. And then you wipe it off. And wherever the embossing was, it stays white. And so this, again, is just a sentiment here. But same layout. So those are 2. And then these are 2 with the same layout. Thanks, Julie, for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. These are 2 with the same layout. So I picked Impressions of Bloom, and I picked Thankful Garden or Lovely Garden, that one that launched in March. And so same layout, but different cards. And we are so ecstatic because with all 21 of these cards, you have almost every occasion under the sun. You've got from birthday to thinking of you to congratulations to retirement to wedding to even Valentine's Day could be that one. So this one is the same layout. Now I do want to change out the sentiment because this card to me would be, hang on. Woo! This one would be, this one would make for a very good sympathy card because of, it's got that vibe to it. And instead I found You're the Best to fit on that label. So I have to hunt a little bit more because I might swap that out to make it a sympathy. So same layout, 2 different cards. This one features the Everyday Happiness paper, and then that one features the woven textures. And so those will be 2 of those. Now this one only has one. Hi, Elaine Rebeck. This one only has one layout or one DSP for this layout, and it got to feature that beautiful motifs paper, which is that naturey outdoor scene. So this is, I don't know if you guys can guess it, but this is Tyler's favorite card out of all of them so far. He absolutely went ham when he saw this card. So that one is a layout by itself. Now this is a piggyback layout where I featured the Weekend Adventures paper, and then I had the in colors from last year. And so I made this one into a birthday and that one into a thank you. So same layout, but different look to them completely. And oh, I do have Petunia Pop Ribbon there. I thought I did. Okay, I couldn't figure out where I had Petunia Pop Ribbon, and I was writing out the slips for Mom, and I couldn't. I didn't remember it was back there. So now I'm 1 ribbon short for her to work on, but that's okay. She'll catch up later. So this is Weekend Adventures, and this is the in colors from last year. And again, all you need are sentiments on these. The kits will come like normal kits, where you'll get everything. You guys will get everything in an envelope. Each card kit will be in its own envelope, and it's going to run like an ink, paper, scissors, where you'll get the 6x6 DSP, And then what you'll have to do is cut it to the size. And so I think this one might be the most of a challenge, but when you follow the instructions that we have for you, you're actually gonna be like, wow, that was actually kind of easy. So you'll learn how to cut paper for that. Each one of these cards is gonna have a video to go with it, and there'll be a PDF tutorial as well for all 21 cards, all in one tutorial. So this was another one that I got done. Hi, Deanne Dawn. Hi, G Maxwell. And oh, thanks everybody. So this is another one. I had the neutrals, which is the blackberry, and then I had the regals, which I put the peacock in. And again, all you need are sentiments. So if you didn't like, I have thinking of you brings a smile to my face, let's keep in touch, you bring so much joy and laughter to my life. Like if you didn't like that, you could switch it up and do whatever you want. So each envelope will have the exact ribbon that you need and the exact embellishments that you need to complete the kit, and you'll cut the DSP. So these are 11 of 21. So super cool. We'll have it organized in a way too that the DSP that we featured on the card is going to be at the top of each of the 6x6 packs. And then I'm going to have it set up that that envelope is right on top of that DSP to help make it as organized as possible for you. So that is my plan. Poor Jolene. What happened to Jolene? What happened to Jolene? Hello, I'm here, but literally. Hi, Rosie Prouty. All right, Mary Carls, will catch you later. Poor Jolene, because she's going to write a tutorial. Ha ha. Yes, poor Jolene. She's got a lot of tutorials coming up in her future, you guys. She just got the Let's Just Stamp done for me. It was in my inbox before I went to bed, but I wasn't going to try to work on it last night. I was too tired. So I got the Let's Just Stamp tutorial out to you guys this morning. And then she helped me get mystery card clues ready for tonight. So we're set for tonight. I just published mystery card night clue number 1. In case you guys didn't see it, go check your inboxes. Go check the Facebook event. Go check the website. I double checked to make sure that clue number 1 is the new month's clue for May and that it wasn't April. So we shouldn't have any hiccups like we had last week. So, or last month. Yes. So I got it, Julie. I figured it out after a little bit tutorial. So she got that one done, and she's already got the Stamp-a-Stack tutorial done. And we have class on Friday, I believe the 23rd at 10. We're going to do the Stamp-a-Stack, the Fun Fold Stamp-a-Stack. On Thursday night, we have the sweet class, and she doesn't have that written yet. And then Rose has class on Thursday, the 22nd. So and then the ink, paper, scissors is coming. So she's got all those, plus the Stampin' Fun in the Sun is going to be coming. So, oh my goodness, she's going to be going bonkers with the PDFs. And Tanya needs to get signed up for it. Perfect, you guys. So hopefully, for those of you that were on the fence, hopefully you can see that the cards are going to be pretty amazing. They're not simple. They're simple enough stamping, but they're not simple stamping. I'm going to sneeze again. I can feel it brewing. Oh man, hang on. Let me go down. Oh, you don't need to see me do that. All right, so okay. I haven't sat in the seat for a little while, and I'm wondering if the dust is coming up into my nose. That could be. Oh man. So yeah. So hopefully, seeing those 11 cards, they're not like my most extravagant type of cards where there's 21 pieces in a card kit, right? Because we couldn't do that with 21 cards. We tried to keep these elegant, like simple but nice, and easy enough for you to also accomplish the task of putting 21 cards together, because it's a lot to sit and put 21 cards together. And I don't want anybody feeling overwhelmed by it or thinking they can't do it, because the cards are great. We let the DSP speak for themselves on each one. So yeah, so definitely, I had mentioned we are about 70 people signed up for it so far, and I am planning to kit for 96. So that leaves about 26 spots open at the moment. Early bird pricing goes through today. So it's $115 today plus shipping, which makes it $126 if you need it shipped. And I am super excited. Kelly helped me design what we're going to put on the attendance gift yesterday while we were sitting in Chicago at the airport, or in Orlando, one of the two. So we got that all prepped. And then over the next 24 hours to 48 hours, I'm going to put the other 10 together so that when I'm live with you next, which I believe is Thursday night, I'll be able to show the other 10, so encompassing all 21 of them. So, yeah. So, that'll be good. So, Stampin' Fun in the Sun, a little update on that. Oh, just a note, the early bird pricing is $5 less. So after today, I'm going to go in and adjust the pricing to be $120 plus shipping. So just in case, and if you're on my team, the Be Happy Stampers, one of the team perks that I have is I do reduce pricing on my events for my team. And so my team pricing is $10 off, I think. So it's $105 plus shipping. All right. So then after today, it'll be $110, $115. What is it? Why is that so hard? $115. Yeah, no, 110 because it's gonna be $5 more. I got it, 110. So okay, so Stampin' Fun the Sun is coming up in a couple weeks. It's 2 weeks from Wednesday, and Wednesday the 4th is when it starts. So we added on 24 more spots a few weeks ago to have us that our capacity is 144. I'm at 136. So there are, I would say, and it could be 133. I know we have about 10 spots left is what I have in my head. And they're going to be gone probably right around the time that the event happens. I would guess that they're gone. So I'm going to share the projects with you one more time in case you're kind of new to me and you haven't seen what's going on. I did have registration closed, or it's till capacity is reached. And so the swapping part of it's closed as of the 9th. And I have about 10 more spots to fill. So the event is not closed. And I'm going to share with you the projects that we have just in case you haven't been seeing this. This is a scrapbooking card, and it's going to be one of, so there's 4 mini classes in one. And what happens with this is we'll get you to get it as far as this. And then after that, you can add your own labels or add your own pictures or add whatever you want to it to make for a really cool, unique gift for somebody. Adding in whatever you want. All right, there's this, and then the inside looks like that. So yeah, a great little gift for anybody in your life that could use a little scrapbooking book as a keepsake. So that's the scrapbooking one. Sherry Ott, I'm so excited that I said it. I'm so excited as well. And Rosie says, oh wait, this, yeah. So Rosie, yeah, you'll have to figure out if you're signed up for the right thing. I'm pretty sure you're signed up for the right thing. Unless you want 2 things. I'm not sure if you're signed up for both things. This is the mini book with cards inside. So this is another great gift. This ties into a bow on the side. And so this opens like this. You guys, my helpers have a lot of this done for you already. Like this secret seat piece is already scored and they already have the corners rounded for you. And you'll get the 4 envelopes to go with your cards. And the cards look like this. And we've got these all kitted up already. We already kitted up. I'm so excited. Before I left for Florida, we kitted up all these cards already. So you'll make one that looks like that, one that looks like that, one like that, and then the sunflower. And that uses that Bloom Impressions designer paper. So that's a mini class. So it's 4 cards with matching envelopes in this little book like that. And great gift idea. So I love that one. And then we have a mini in color class. And so there are 5 cards that feature the new in colors, and we've got the Darling Duckling, Timid Tiger, Strawberry Slush, Secret Sea, and Cloud Cover. So great little mini card here, and opens like that. So we did it a hot dog style. So I need to pull the bases. I think I did that already. Okay, little note to myself, because these are already kitted as well. So that's super cool. And then the last one is your business size. These are your cards on steroids, your business size card. And these don't require extra postage unless they're over an ounce, because this is what, when you get a bill in the mail, this is the size envelope that they use. And so that one's super cool. For the friend in your life that enjoys the drinky drinks, that's good. And then we've got the flowery one here with all the die cuts. You guys, Tammy and her mom did, and Anna did a lot of that die cutting. So it's all die cut. All you need to do is, for Stampin' Fun on the side, you'll get your DSP and you'll cut it down to the sizes you need. And all the other die cuts are done. This one's really pretty too. So cool. So that's that guy. So those are the 4 projects. So it's 4 mini classes. And I am going to say though, the event is Wednesday, a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't have space on Saturday in person, but if anybody still wants to sign up for in person on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, you can, or the online version. And how the online version works is it gets mailed to you, and it gets mailed on June 10th. That is our plan. For those of you who want to do porch pickup, it won't be available beforehand. I have so much stuff that we're working on leading up to the event. The attendance gifts don't come in necessarily until June 2nd. And so I can't have people thinking that they can come pick it up early. That's really hard, because then we forget things and we miss things, and we're still scrambling at the end. And you don't have to worry though, because I am not doing those make and take projects with you until a week after they ship. So on June 17th is when I have a full day of unlisted private lives, YouTube lives, that you can watch on how to make your projects. The lives that we're doing during the event are going to be amazing creative presentations by my friends. and fellow stampers, people on my team, some people not on my team, and they're going to come in each day, a day that they attend, and they're going to pick something that you guys wanted ideas on. So in the registration form, you could put in there what you wanted to see or learn about. And what we do is we look at those and we try to encompass everybody's answer to get you to see some ideas, some cool new ideas. So the projects that are being created on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday via YouTube. So it's unlisted YouTube links. So the only way that you can access these videos is via by registering for the event and having the codes, right, to get in. So those projects are not going to be these projects, okay? So I had somebody that asked if they could pick up their box early so that they can make their projects along with us each day. It's like, no, like that's not happening. That's not kind of how it works. We do the creative presentations each day by my gals, and then I do a week after the boxes ship is when I'm slated to do the classes with you, so that it gives you guys about 7 days or 6 days to get your boxes so that you can craft along with me on Tuesday the 17th. I hope that that makes sense. Hi, Mitzi Stanley. So good stuff though. All right. So that, again, I have about 10 spots left for that. And if you want, you could attend in person or get them mailed to you. So, okay. I do have some classes left for May, in case you guys are wondering. It feels like I haven't talked to you for forever. We did run out of Let's Just Stamp. Let's Just Stamp is the class we're doing today. We had decided in May that we were going to start reducing our numbers for our classes by about 6 to 8 because we were always having 15 left over or 10 left over. And I don't need to have that many card classes left over after a class. It's great to have a selection of classes available for people if they place an order and they don't want anything that's current, then they can select from past classes. But I don't need to have 30 and 20 left of a class, which I end up sometimes having. And so we did cut back this month and we are out of Let's Just Stamp. And I have about maybe 4 or 5 left of, maybe even 3 left of the Stamp-A-Stack, the Fun Fold Stamp-A-Stack. So there aren't a lot left on that. I actually have to go through and check that because I've been away for the last week and they might be gone, right? So there wasn't a lot left of Stamp-A-Stack. For ink, paper, scissors, we did officially run out, but that class is easy enough to kit up and we have the materials to kit it up that, and ink, paper, scissors isn't until next week and I'm already -2. So we're kitten, tag our body. So we're planning to make 8 more. So ink, paper, scissors, we have about 6 left. Let's say a half a dozen, 5 to 6 left. So in case you are looking for that one, there should be more. It might, I have a cat fur on my face, guys. Can you tell? I have, we have to kit them though sometime this week. So they won't necessarily make it to you before the class is held because it's going to be an after thing happening. I have the monthly class left though. So the monthly class, in case you were wondering, I have it right here. The monthly class was the sailboat and the storybook garden and then the onesie. And I think I have less than 10 left of this one. So just in case you guys are wondering where we're at, the sweet class too. The sweet class is this week. I have maybe 15 left of that one. And Rose's Technique Club class for the month of May, I have 2 left. All right. So in case you needed to get in on that one yet. So they're almost all there. It's just that there's a couple that, there's one that's out in today's class. This kitten is in the box and he is, I don't know what he's looking for. Tigger buddy. Kitten. He, if you guys wonder why you have cat fur in your boxes, it's because I have 3 kittens and that's just their way of telling you they love you. I guess that's how that goes. All right. So did I go through everything? No, I just want to show you a few more things that I got from the incentive trip. So I haven't even talked about the incentive trip, you guys. It was good. It was good to get away. It was the vacation that I needed to catch up on sleep. I have to say the night going into the trip, I didn't go to bed till 1:30 and I was up at 2:30. So I got 1 hour of a nap, let's just say. And then our flight was out of Appleton at 5 a.m. And then on the night before, it was only 4 hours of sleep. And the night, it's just, I don't get a lot of sleep. You guys know that, right? So, and maybe you don't know that, but I don't get a lot of sleep a lot of the time. And so our mornings were consumed with sleeping until 10:30, which was exactly what I needed. And I don't know what he is doing. He is going from box to box to box. And it's Sandy Coy Emery, one of those boxes is yours. and he's investigating things. And then we would go to the parks. So on Wednesday, we didn't do anything really. We just hung out by the pool and tried to get a little sun, went to the hospitality room, spun the wheel, and went over to Disney Springs, which is just full of people all over the place. It's full of shopping and restaurants. And so we did that Wednesday, and we went to Epcot Center on Thursday. I shared a bunch of pictures, so if you guys aren't on Facebook, I think that you can still see things if you're not on Facebook, because my mom isn't on Facebook, and she brought it up on her phone yesterday. She's like, because I have a public page, so anybody can see my pictures. So you can always go to my Facebook page. I shared maybe about 40 pictures of the shenanigans that happened this week, and Epcot was the coolest. Did I do that? Tigger buddy. Oh, he knocked a box on the floor. And I just fed him crunchies. So I don't know what he's up to. So Epcot Center was pretty cool. I liked the whole starting at one end, which we started in Canada, and we made our way through all the different countries and ended off in Mexico. And between four of us, we made sure to get something at each country. It didn't mean that I got something from each country, but it was really cool to be with a group that we could share. It was Kelly and Marissa and Max, and we could share. Like, we were like, hey, we are getting this, and you guys are getting that, and then we can try each other's stuff. And it was really cool because it gave you the opportunity without having to buy absolutely everything from every country. So we had a nice afternoon on Wednesday, or it was Thursday, going in and trying everything around the world. So we ate and we drank around the world, I guess you could say. They have a really cool ride there called Soarin', which was pretty cool. And then we fulfilled Kelly's goal of getting to the Magic Kingdom on Friday, and she got to give Winnie the Pooh an amazing hug. I don't know if you guys, it was a priceless picture. The gal that was kind of facilitating the line, she was available. I handed her my camera, and she took this picture. It was pretty cool, and Kelly is just so happy in that picture, you guys. So she was just like ecstatic to be able to give Winnie the Pooh a hug, and Tigger was there too. And that's what we did on Friday afternoon. And then Saturday was just another day of just hanging out by the pool and going to Disney Springs. We got some taco cones, which were pretty cool. It was a flour taco that I'm sure it was deep fried, but it was in the shape of a cone. And then they filled it with lettuce, and I had shredded chicken and salsa and guacamole and sour cream, and that was really good. So it was good. It was good. But again, each day, I don't think we got out of bed, or I didn't get out of bed till 10:30 or 11, and it was perfect. So yes, Kelly enjoyed sleeping in too. It was really great to travel with Kelly, and you guys, she'll be doing the kit class tomorrow morning, so I am sure she's going to give you an update on everything too. She lacks sleep a lot of the time too. Both of us run on fumes, but 8 cylinders, but lots of fumes half the time. So it was just really good to go into the trip not having anything really planned. Like, we didn't book our Disney days until we were walking over to wherever we needed to go to get in. So it was great just to not have a plan and just low stress, relaxing kind of trip. It was good. Soarin' is your husband's favorite ride. And yeah, very cool. Soarin' was really cool. So on Saturday night, Stampin' Up, once the Animal Kingdom closed down at 9, Stampin' Up rented out the Avatar section of the Animal Kingdom, and they have 2 rides in there. One is a 4D ride, and it's like you're on the back of a flying dinosaur, let's say, and you're going through things, and it's very animated. And I was trying to explain it to Tyler what it was like. And what I did is I went into YouTube and I found somebody it's called Flight of Passage, and somebody recorded the inner makings of how it works. And so I got to have Tyler watch that with me so he could understand what was going on. So it was pretty cool. Normally the lines for those rides are over 2 hours, between 2 and 3 hours. And because it was only Stampin' Up guests there on Saturday night, we were able to, we would go on the ride, come out the exit, and go get some treats. And then we'd go get in line really quick, do another ride, and come out and get some treats. And then we would get in, go in line, and we got some treats. And they had lots of desserts there, like little cookies. And the best thing were these little pop things that were caramel, liquid caramel balls of, they're called mountains of caramel or something like that. It was a little ball, like a harder chocolate or caramel, and the inside it was molten caramel. It was so good. So those are, I ate like 5 of them. Gotta say, they were that good. So I'm like, yup, I'm going on rides. My adrenaline's up. I'm burning calories. I can afford it, right? I'm on vacation. So the desserts were pretty good. And so it was pretty cool that we could do 3 of these rides in that hour and a half, because it was from 9 until 10:30. So we closed the park down officially. Oh, yes. And Kelly brought me back in one piece, you guys. There was never a thought that anything was ever going to get broken on me. So that was really good. And it was just great to be with all my peers and my Stampin' buddies. People that I've gotten to know through the years. I got to run into Pam Jorgensen. If you guys are from Australia, Pam is a buddy of mine, and her nephew Braden, and he's from the U.S. And Pam and Braden, we met them, Tom and Justin and my mom were in Greece with them in 2019. And so we were just reminiscing that we met in 2019, and every incentive trip then that we get to go on that we earn, we can see each other and connect. And so it was pretty cool that now it's been 6 years since I met somebody from Australia that we just were drawn to each other to try to catch up and see how life is going, right? So that's what it was all about. It was really cool trying to catch up with people and running into them wherever they might be. So, all right. So now that I've jibber-jabbered for like what? Well, I didn't start till 20 after, so only for a half hour. So that's normal. So I want to share with you some of the things I got really quick. We got to spin the wheel in the hospitality room. So I got a water bottle, and those who know me know that this goes on my shelf. And then I got to spin the wheel and get a pack of designer paper here. And so this is going to be launched, I think they said, in the holiday catalog that's coming up. And so I can just show them to you what the paper looks like. So it's little 6x6, some new Christmas designer series paper. And on the back end, there are some of these die cuts like that. I'm sensing that this could potentially be a holiday Stamp-a-Stack for us in the future. All right, so there's that. And then I also got autumn tree dies. So there's a new suite coming out that I think is in an online exclusive for July. We'll find out soon because the pre-order starts June 1st or sometime in June. But Tyler will go ham for these. Oh, if you guys know my Tyler, he loves trees. And so this set has stamps and designer series paper that go with it. And I won the dies, which was pretty cool. And then the stamp set that I got is called Perfectly Paired, which I believe again is going to be part of a suite. And oh my goodness, the gals, Corey and Jill did a presentation with this. And I got a great idea for the Stampin' Fun in the Sun for next year. I'm so excited for a mini class for you guys. All right, so I have to put that on the back burner for a little while. The other things, I got this whole box here. I don't know what's all. I'm not sure what's all in here. Oh, Pepto-Bismol. Never even had to open them, really. I brought them, but I never used them. And they're probably expired. But, you know, oh, they expire in October 25. You never know if you're going to need Pepto or if your friends need Pepto, right? So I brought that just in case. But what else do we have in here? Oh, my swimming suit straps made it in here. Yep, didn't need them. They had some really good cookies, which I wanted to bring home and share with my mom and Tyler and my dad. We had our name badges are in here, so I got that. And I haven't shown this to Gina yet, but I brought Gina home a bow and some Mickey ears. So Gina is a Mickey mini Disney fanatic as well. So I got that for Gina. And don't tell her, you guys. That's what I'm gonna surprise. I should have had it sitting here for her this morning. I also got one of the bows for myself, so I can put that. I wore it in my hair one day. All right, these were the little light up bracelets that we could wear when we went into the theme park on Saturday night. It was super cool. It says Stampin' Up, and it lights up. So awesome. So I expect that these will be in our future for an event sometime. We'll get like Be Happy Stampers, or we'll get Be Happy on it or something, but they're so cool. And that's not for me. These are I got here. We went to Savannah Bee Company at Disney Springs. So we need bees. Bees need us. And I got that for Tyler because I love you. So I got to give that to him. He puts that on his workbench stuff, his tool carts. And then I got Bee Happy Bees, Happy Earth. And that is for Kelly. Celine Kempton, a friend of mine, gave me this. It's a scissors charm. and it's adorable. So that goes on your scissors. So I have to get creative for my team for Christmas. I was thinking of having my bee that looks like this and having it go on a scissors charm like that. I think that would be a super cool Christmas gift. So I get these things and I get ideas, so I can't like lose them, right? And then these were all things that were supposed to, oh, another cookie, you guys, that they had cookies galore for us to eat. So I saved those and bring them home. They had my name wrong, but that's okay. Hey, you know, it doesn't matter as long as you get it right. So it was supposed to be Christine Mary Bertram, but they had Mary Bertram, but that's okay. And then the card that was there looked like this. It's wonderful to celebrate you. And then it was signed by Sarah. My nail file made it into the box. And then these little guys were things that you could glue onto your... you could glue them onto your Minnie and Mickey ears. So I took a bunch of these because I thought... I'm going to share them with some people. I don't know. Like, I was like, okay, at least I have some. But what I'm getting to is the kit that's down here. So this is a kit for the month of next month, June. For next month, it's called the Make a Memory Scrapbooking Kit. So they went over this with us. I'm not going to open this now, but Kelly is going to be doing a class on this next month, and I have it now already. So we could schedule this for earlier in June because I already have the kit here, which is super cool. So that is one of the new kits that's coming out next month. And then one of our pillow gifts on the last night, we got, this was hanging on our door. So that was to let everybody know who's got what room. But the last night we got a pillow gift and it was perfect. We had a box to put it in. They had this special Disney paper made just for us. And you can't buy it. It is not for sale. It says it right on here. It says, enjoy this exclusive DSP and use it to keep these special memories close. Please note that this paper is not available for purchase. So they designed special Disney paper. Hi, Joy Moody. They designed special Disney paper just for us. Gina is going to be so jelly, you guys. Oh, I'm afraid to show it to her. She's going to want it. So, like normal, I'm guessing there's 2 sheets with each pattern side. So there's your little penguin-y dudes. And then it's got the little shoe and umbrella Mary Poppins-y stuff there. The carousels. On the back side, we've got some flowers. Oh, there's one of those things. Okay. And there's that pattern. So they want us to scrapbook. And then we have some of the kites. The back side here is the teacups. And there must be one more. This guy right here. The hats. And then that. So, yeah, so we got some special designer series paper that was Disney inspired. And that's how that goes. Yeah. So, very cool. So that's kind of my box of fun in here in case I haven't opened it up since I packed it, you guys. So, all right. So, that's what I got to share with you. So, it was cool. It was really good. All in all, it was awesome. Next year is going to be Alaska, and I've already earned Alaska, so that's already on my radar. You guys, I saw the cat in the background here. So Alaska will be, it's a little bit crazy because the dates are different. This year, the incentive trip is May. It was May, what? What day did we leave? The 14th, right? No, we left on the 13th. So the 13th through the 18th. Next year, the incentive trip is right after Memorial Day, and it's the first week of June. I think we get back on June 8th. So that puts a little crampy style on my Stampin' Fun in the Sun, which I've done the first week of June for this year and last year. So what's going to happen, for those of you who like to plan like me, I've already picked the dates for Stampin' Fun in the Sun, which are basically a year from now. Stampin' Fun in the Sun is going to be this like 2nd to 3rd week in May. It's something this week, right? The 15th, 14th, 16th, 18th, whatever that week is, because I'll be gone the first week of June. So basically I have to flip-flop my event with the incentive trip. So, but that's how it goes. So yes, that's Hunky Noodle back there. Oh, Mommy's so happy that he got water. Hi, Pat Smothers. Hi, Carmen Sanders. So we're going to make 3 cards, lickety-split. And I'm super excited because these cards are really cool. They're really pretty. I'm going to drop the camera down so you guys can see them. This stamp set, I never even knew it was in the online store. You guys, Oh, I have exciting news to share with you. Holy Moses. So, one more side thing. The Beekeeper's Guide is done. I repeat, it's done. It's not in the folder yet. I have a little cleanup to do in the folder. I spent about an hour and a half going through, because the Beekeeper's Guide is a revolving earning thing. So if you bought or did things with me in 2024, that earned you the one that we did in January or early February. Now we look at, have you supported taking classes, did an event, or bought anything since January? And so I have to go, it is a very manual process. And I don't know, I got to figure out a way to automate it or make it a little bit easier on me. But I already spent about an hour and a half or 2 hours while I was literally laying in bed on Wednesday morning. I'm like, what can I work on? And I was like, okay, let's work on this. I did work on stuff while I was in Disney. Not a lot, but I did work on this. I took about 2 hours, and I found about 40 people that I needed to take out because they hadn't supported me yet this year. And that hurts, but it is what it is. That's what we've got for the guidelines. So I've been going through, and I have about another hour's worth of work to go through to finish going through the folder access. Because what'll happen is, if you've earned your spot since January, you're going to stay having access to the folder. And once I put this file in the folder, then you'll just be able to open up the new Beekeeper's Guide. And it's just that simple. You don't have to request access again. You'll just have it. So we are holding true to the supporting. So it's been great, because a lot of you have continued to support me in the new year, which is awesome. And if you haven't, then as soon as you do support, then just reach out to me and say, hey, I met the whatever the threshold is for getting in access to the folder. And you'll get, so how we have it is, if you're not a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you're a customer of mine, and you spend $100 or more, then you'll have access. And if you are a demonstrator on my team, you have access. There's no anything required. You're on my team, which is perfect. And then if you're a demonstrator on somebody else's team, we are cutting that amount in half and making it 50, because we also know that you want to stay supporting your own self, right? So we cut that amount in half. And it can be by any various methods of placing an order with me to get a class for free. So let's say you place a $60 order, you can get a class for free, and then that gives you access to the guide. If you want to buy PDFs from me, or if you want to buy some of my exclusive items, whatever it is, it's any combination of stuff that adds up to either $100 for customers or $50 for non-Be Happy stampers. And then my team just stays in there, and we only take them out if they drop off the team. So I am so excited because Kelly sent me, I wonder where she sent it. It's V2. Let's see if I can find it that way. She sent it to me. That's not going to find it really easily. She sent it to me on Wednesday morning, and I think it's good to go. So we had about 8 people that proofread it between, let's say, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And so that was awesome. And we had it ready by basically Wednesday morning. So I was going to pull it up to share with you guys. And I think that I'm not going to be able to find it really fast, because I have too many emails to get through to find it, unless I just go straight to Wednesday, because I was going to pull it up and show you it because it's so cool. All right, let's see, guys. Looking. Let's see if I find it. Kelly, I found it. Okay, so she sent it to me, and when you open it up, I was going to show you the stamp set, because I started to talk about the stamp set. So I had no idea this You Are Remarkable stamp set was out there until one of my customers wanted to order it. And so the Beekeeper's Guide is set up the exact same way, that we have hyperlinks here, that if you're looking at it from your phone or device, you can click on stuff. And so it takes you straight to things. So in the stamps, we've got things denoted if it has matching dies or matching punches. So all that's the same. And in essence, what Kelly's done is, on the back end of each of these categories, she's added the new stuff. For the most part, it goes at the back end. These are not in alphabetical order. It would be too hard for her. It would be too time consuming to alphabetize this stuff. So basically what she did is she just added stuff at the back end. And the You Are Remarkable stamp set, should be See, this is where I have to probably send it to a couple of my proofreaders just one last time to see if they can find anything else. But you are remarkable. It should be in one of these stamps. But it's really cool. All the stamps are here. So this is the culmination of everything in the online store with the annual catalog. Here it is. You are remarkable. So there's the stamp set. The other thing Kelly added on this one, which is super cool, is she put a little honeycomb at the top that says new. So these are not new for Stampin' Up per se, but it's new from the last Beekeeper's Guide. So these are things that have been added since the Beekeeper's Guide in February. So anything, let's say March, April, May, is going to be denoted as new in here. So this You Are Remarkable stamp set is not found in the annual catalog, but it's in the Beekeeper's Guide, and it's as an online exclusive. So it's super cool. So yeah, we have it done, you guys. And it is about 100 pages, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 96 pages. And she's got the index all updated, so it's really easy to refer back to things. She's got the paper pumpkin updated. She's got everything updated, you guys. So it's there. So I need to carve out about an hour to hour and a half of my time to make sure I get through the folder, because the last thing I would hate to do is accidentally leave people on there that shouldn't have access, and because that's not fair to the people that have earned the access, right? So I've got to do just a little bit more of that. And then when I do, I'm going to send an email out to the entire community, letting them know that, hey, the Beekeeper's Guide has been updated, and that will be your cue to go check to see, to go get it. And if you find that you have been removed and you don't feel that you should have been, that is an apology on the front end. Just putting a disclaimer out there that people's email addresses are what I have to work off of. And I have to manually take your email address, go to my database, check your email address. And sometimes about, let's say, 20% of you used a different email address that doesn't match what's in my database. Then I've had to send you an email, and it is like a little bit of a S show, right? So if I accidentally, or if somebody on my team, like, because I have helped people helping me with this, if we accidentally take somebody out of the folder and it's not intentional, we just can add you right back. So don't take it personally if you were accidentally deleted, because it is a crapshoot. Is this email? I don't have a good way to process and do this work. Okay, so because it is work. This is some things that I don't enjoy, is this back end work stuff. So, all right. Mimi Howenstein, can we still print the previous Beekeeper's Guide? Mimi, I believe I have one for you. So you had mentioned that you wanted one. I think it was you, and if it wasn't you, yes. But I have one printed for you or somebody that asked for version 1. So it's here already. So I had that done. So yes, Beekeeper's Guide version 1 is available to be printed as well. So again, Mimi, I got to check if it was you that I already did that for, but I've done it for somebody. Hi, Donna. All right. Yeah, it's cold here in Wisconsin too. I think we had 43 degrees this morning. So I came from 90 degrees to home to 43 degrees, and it's like, bleh. So, all right. You still need to do last year's Fun in the Sun. You still need to do last year's Fun in the Sun. It is in my pile to complete. So much family stuff. Oh, I think you still need to do it. Not me, Tanya, right? I think you mean you still, like, as in Tanya needs to still do last year's. Carve some time out. Get that done. I always tell people I don't want the projects and like that we work so hard to kit up so many things for people that the last thing we want is them sitting in a corner collecting dust somewhere. Okay, so make some time to carve away little by little to get those projects made. So if the cats only knew there was a squirrel right outside the window here, they would be going, their tails would be going twitchy twitchy. Hi, Lisa Spacek. So you had 33. Oh my goodness. So Lisa, your DSP sampler and your card class are sitting on the counter in the mudroom. You can pick them up whenever it's good timing for you. And so yeah, the DSP samplers, you guys, I think I have about 20 left of those for the annual catalog. They got done before we left, which was amazing. And I think that they'll eventually be gone by the end of the summer. I'm sure they'll all be gone. But just in case you're looking for the DSP sampler, we still have some left. Okay. All right. Are we ready to make cards? It's 2:08. Okay, I promise you guys, we're not gonna like go longer than 2 hours like we normally do. But we needed to talk. So, You Are Remarkable is the Let's Just Stamp we're doing today. Today's the 19th. Is your golden ticket. PDFs were emailed out today. If you're looking for it in your inbox, make sure you're looking for You Are Remarkable. If you're looking for the video replay, you can look for it on the 19th. or my events calendar will have the class there, and that's where you can also find the link to the YouTube video. So these are the 3 cards that we're going to be making momentarily. And in case you're wondering what sets we're using today, we're using Beautiful Motifs is where we've got the sentiments. And we also pulled in Happy Birthday from the Beautiful Butterflies. The stamp set that we're featuring is You Are Remarkable. And so I've pulled out some of these stamps and put them on blocks already, but the sentiments in this one are super cool. And it's friends are flowers in the garden of life. You are remarkable in every single way. Sometimes the simplest things mean the most, which all pretty. And then what's really cool is they're long vertical sentiments. So they fill in a vertical area versus a horizontal area. Yes, it was me, but I haven't paid for it. I only paid for one. So I only need to, yeah, and just wait to send me any money. I want you guys, oh man, I'd rather you guys wait to hear from me on your emails than to think that you need to send a certain amount of money or you need to do this and then it's not right. And then I've got to do bookkeeping nightmare at the back end. So I have gotten a lot of emails since last week. I kind of felt like I was a little bit caught up, but if you've emailed me in the last week or have messaged me or texted me or anything, just hold tight. I have another class tonight and I needed to get everything published for Mystery Card this morning. And I got to get the other 10 cards made for, so there's things that are on my radar, right? And emails, correspondence, and communication are one. And just, you're good, you guys. Don't feel people always say, well, I don't want to owe you money. I don't want to feel like I owe you money. Well, stop feeling that way and just hang tight and think about other things until I let you know how much to send. Okay. I'm not in a rush. And I mean, I am in a rush, but I'm not in a rush to like say, oh, you got pay me right away. Don't worry about it, you guys. Just hang tight, find other things to work on and occupy your mind. And when I have the opportunity to, I will definitely be replying to everybody about everything that they've emailed me or texted or Facebook. Okay. Just give me a moment. Right. I flow from one thing to the next and I sneak in those emails and correspondence as I can. Okay. All right. Oh man, you got me like overwhelmed a little bit thinking, but you guys, we're all good, right? We're all good. We're having a fun class now. So this is, and not that we weren't before, but I have hairs everywhere. So we got You Are Remarkable, and you guys can see I've got a Post-it note here. And you know, a few people have told me that they love it when they see Post-it notes on my cards because that's when they learn the best from me on how to make, how I make it work with what I end up getting from the kit. Okay. So I'm going to be working on the purple one first. So I'm going to set these off to the side. And this one is our beautiful card. We featured the Bloom Impressions of Bloom. Oh man, let's look it up, you guys, because we can. So you will find that I'm going to refer to the Beekeeper's Guide a lot because it's my one-stop shop for seeing everything. And there's designer series paper in here that is called, it's right here. It's called Floral Impressions and the DSP. It's a 12 sheets, 1250, and they're 12 by 12. This is what we used for this class. We used that sunflower one here. We used this purple one on this one. And on this guy, we used the pool party over here. That means if you guys know me a lot about how we do designing, we saved the other 3 sheets for next month's Let's Just Stamp or the following. Like we saved out those other 3 sheets and we'll be featuring the other half of this pack on another class. But it's so cool. So that's what we're featuring today is Floral Impressions. And when I get my printed Beekeeper's Guide, I'm going to be so ecstatic. Oh my goodness. What about roll call? You are so correct, Laura. So I didn't do it earlier because I didn't have my book over here. But since you mentioned it, let's do it right now. So we have for the May Let's Just Stamp. If you're here, thank you so much. If you're catching the replay, also thank you. We had, between Diane and I, we kitted up 52, and Diane had 7 for in-person, and I had 45 for online, which is awesome. Thank you to everybody who registered and took this class with me, or you are taking this class with me. We appreciate your support by getting kits from us. And people could either pay for this class straight up, or they could place an order to get it for free. And so first on the list, we have Julie Bierschbach. And then we have Julie Bontranger. We have my 2 Julie B's. Sandy Coy Emery, Angelique McClendon, Trisha Fagley, Donna Grushke. Oh, Carolyn Ketchmark, I just saw your note. I do not believe I have any left of this one. And I think I saw that you had asked for it and I was going to message you back and let you know that I don't have any of this one left. So sorry. So we had Angelique McClendon, Trisha Fagley, Donna Grushke, Linda Scott, Feline Mays, Jenny Knutson, Mary Jo Stoll, Lisa Hedgedus, Leslie McMinn, Kathy Showalter, Vicky Rodriguez, Kelly Gibson, Laura Sullivan, Sherry Martin, Doris Munson, Angela Knutson, Karen Woods, Karen Wetstein, Pat Settle, Jeannie Gertis, Bridget Rowe, Nedra Dover, Mary Lemke, Susan Bellamy, Debbie Stone, then Janice Ormiston, Joanne Naples, Sherry Everett, Barbara Gabi, Becky Gandolfo, Vera Anderson, Rose Garibaldi, Sarah Merchant, Connie Moore, Carrie White, Rose Garibaldi, Lori Baxter, Hope Toy, Patty Wright, Barbara Rudolph, and last but certainly not least, Phyllis Oderman. So most of you have had your kits mailed to you, but there are a few people who don't have their boxes or kits mailed to them yet because two things. Product shares are not done, and also the In Color clubs are not done. So if you are signed up for either product shares or In Color clubs yet, we held your packages, and this week, once those things are settled and complete, we'll be sending like the third wave of shipping. We had wave 1 was everybody who didn't have DSP samplers, In Color club product shares. Wave 2 is if they added on a DSP sampler but nothing else. So those are out. But now what's left is I have the counter staged with boxes yet of people who need to get product shares or In Color club. So there are a few of you, again, if you're wondering, oh, I don't have my package or my card kit yet, that's why, right? So hang tight. That stuff will be shipping out this week. Everybody really wants to consolidate shipping. So we are holding things and shipping them as things became available and ready. All right. So we're back to this guy. And we are going to be using that flower gets used on all 3 cards. Oh man, I just realized that we're fussy cutting. I just realized that. I know not everybody loves the fussy cutting, but this is 2-step stamping. So we're going to be stamping the flower, and then we're going to stamp it in the green and the blackberry, and then also in the daffodil. So that's one thing I didn't grab was daffodil ink. So one moment, please. I know I have another daffodil right here. Okay, I hadn't pulled that. So now I think I'm good to go. You need some blackberry ink, garden green, daffodil, and blackberry. Okay, so in this, you guys, we used the new gems that are part of, so the gems are part of a March online exclusive. They look like this. They're called Starburst sequins, right? So they're purple, yellow, and white. The purple ones are here on this card. We used the yellow ones on this card, and we used the white. So it was really cool. We kept the gems within the family of these embellishments. The ribbons that got used on these cards are the freesia, which was, you guys will be able to see this in your new Beekeeper's Guide. The Fresh Freesia Velvet ribbon, which is an online exclusive, that got pulled in for one card. This is that new green ribbon that's part of the Turtle Suite, and that got pulled in with some linen thread. The last card, we pulled in some retired ribbon because we had a little bit of Lost Lagoon, this really pretty Lost Lagoon ribbon left. It matched this card perfectly. So for those of you who want to recreate this one at home, you might pull in white ribbon because I don't believe there's any current Lost Lagoon ribbon. There's some pool party ribbon, which you could use. But all right, so your gems are going to be on the top here, so don't lose them. And then this is already embossed for you thanks to Rhonda Ayers with the exposed brick. You guys, Rhonda did all of the embossing on this one. Karen Wetstein helped me cut all the designer series paper, which was super cool, and a lot of these little pieces she cuts. I punched out your circles for you. So hopefully I did a good job. You guys come to me and say, oh, the circle was in a good spot. So this is going to fit right over the top of this. Now you do want to do a dry fitting because if you're looking at this and you wish you could see a little bit more of the blackberry, you might consider cutting a little bit more of the designer series paper down. And if that's the case, that's not too hard to do. Just grab your little trimmers. And you could do that off the top or the bottom. Like, let's say you just wanted to see a little bit more blackberry. You could just trim that little hair off. And then you could also do, I think I'm going to do this side a little bit more. just a hair, right? You don't have to do a lot. Don't get your nail or your finger in there. But there, that gives you a little bit more of a margin for the border. And all I did was cut that little bit off. So it's always good to do that testing before you get gluing. All right, so that's gonna go here. You have a little white strip that goes across the front. Yes, great big thanks to the helpers. Oh, yes. Joy said she was hoping it's okay to get prayers for her husband. He sees the oncologist for the first time today. Yes, you guys, lots of Joy just joined my team last week, and she got some sad news right after. It was like a happy news of joining the team, and then right after she got news that her husband has to see the oncologist for early stages of cancer. So it's not easy, you guys. So yes, Joy, and if you want to add anything to that too, you are more than welcome. But yes, lots of prayers, positive energy and vibes coming your way, my friend. It is not going to be easy. So it never is, you guys, right? So that is for your flower. So we'll stamp that momentarily. These two pieces are for your inside. Again, check them. Maybe you want to see a little bit more blackberry. If not, then that'll be staged, ready to go. And then we've got some velvet ribbon for you on this one. So for this, what we're gonna do is use our white black pad. So I took a white pad and I inked it up with Memento ink. Rectal cancer, yes. Oh, it's not good, so not good. So we're gonna do the Memento on the white pad for this. Yeah, you guys, we have a lot of prayer warriors watching, and they will send prayers your way to help you get through it. So we're gonna do black ink for this. Right, so you're gonna need the E block for this stamp, definitely. So that got stamped. And then on the inside, what it is the same flower. So we're gonna ink up the flower here and have it coming out of the corner. So we'll use a little scratch paper like this and put our flower in the corner. And that's it for the black ink. Now we're going to use the blackberry, and that's for the flower head. So if you guys don't have this You Are Remarkable set, what are you using? We're curious what other stamp sets would work really good for this. So this is called two-step stamping, and what you're going to do, I hover over the top and I try to line up one side. Then I line up the other side, and then I go back to the other side to make sure you got my hair in there. So you got to get like right over the top. And then it's like, look left, right, left. That's how I kind of relate this to. And if you wanted to do second strength, you could do that too. All right, I'm getting my head in here again, you guys, because you got to be able to see left, right, left. Okay? All right. Get that as close as you can. So that's for the blackberry. But we're not quite done because we're going to make this into a birthday card. So the butterfly set is really great. It carried over. And so we've got time to celebrate. It's time for me to wash my stamps though. So we're going to do time to celebrate on here. And the time to celebrate will go right up here. Perfect. Oh man, Donna, I'm so sorry to hear about your daughter passing away. Oh my gosh, sad. Prayers and lots of love and positive energy coming your way too. That's not good. Tyler said that he had his stepdad's daughter was also diagnosed with cancer recently. So it's not good. I saw a Facebook post recently and it said, what is one thing if you could eradicate something off the earth, what would it be? And I thought cancer would be a good one, but I also thought the devil would be a good one to take him out of play. That would also be very helpful, right? But yes, cancer was on the top of my list for that. Oh my goodness. So happy birthday is what we've got on the outside here. And all right. Now I did note that I'm going to angle this end. I stamped it more in the center. I'm going to angle the end and trim off that side a little bit. Okay, but we're not done stamping because we also need to pull in yellow and green. So the green is going to be for our leaves, but we'll need that little scratch paper back here. Hello, Kari Dwyer. And we're going to do this in garden green. This is going to be hard. I am not going to lie. This, you just got to work it till you can see it and know where to put it. But if you get that lined up right on top of that, it's pretty cool looking. I can't lie. So this one is going to need to be the whole thing. The whole thing is a lot easier than doing bits and parts. But let's get that hovered up over the top. And like that. And ooh. Okay, I'm good. Sorry, you guys got the hair up there. Hi, Sue Deppis. Simply zinnia and mixed florals would work. Thanks, Debbie Gass. I definitely agree. Those are good ideas for that. Okay, so now we're done with the garden green. We're going to pull in the Daffodil Delight. So here's the deal with the daffodil. You're going to be taking and stamping, it looks like a jelly bean. And if you ink it up and go to the center, you're going to go over the top and you're going to get black ink on your jelly bean because it's just natural that that black ink is going to get picked up. So if you go back to your yellow ink pad, you're going to be, in essence, putting a little bit of black ink into your yellow pad. So what I like to do when I ink over the top of dark with a light color, I stamp off. And I don't know if you guys can see it at all, but there's a little bit of weird shading going on, a darkness to the yellow. So I'm going to actually get all that ink off of there. And I could wash it, but I didn't feel like pulling out the chamois. But I'm going to take all of it off before I go back into my ink here and get more yellow. So I want to make sure that that's cleaned up. So you can see again here, there's just a little bit of that residual ink coming through on that yellow. And I know it's a small amount, but that still could get into your ink pad and you don't really want that. Hi, Linda Hall. Okay, so life is good. We've got this done. So now what we can do is get a little glue happy. Not much, but just a little. We're gonna glue this piece in and that gets popped up. So we're gonna do these two pieces right off the bat. But did you know we didn't do our bone folding? That I don't remember doing this burnishing here. So let's do that first. And this embossed mat, there is no top or bottom to it in my eyes in terms of north versus south of the lines here. I like it popped up like that is how I like to glue that. And then what we can do then is glue these two pieces together. And this is for our double mat. So whenever we do a Let's Just Stamp, we always do a double mat. Diane loves the double matting. So on ink, paper, scissors, and Let's Just Stamp, those are the two classes she teaches in person. Those are the ones that we do double mats because it just ties it all together and makes it look really pretty. Okay, so this, we're gonna be popping this up with dimensionals. Now you could glue it flat if you so desire. And let's just see here, those are little guys. I wanna use the edge here. So this is a great time to use, well, and actually what we could do is go like this. Cut that like so. I like to pick one side off right off the bat. And we'll go like this. I know it's really sad, you guys. This side is really pretty. If you want to adjust things and put that side up, you can. Your flower is just going to be over here a little bit more. It just was busy. We started off with this side originally when we were designing. We had every intention of using that side with this, but it got too busy and we ended up choosing to go with the fresh freesia instead. So we had to learn to live with our decision and we're okay with it. But just know you can always, if you want to make more of this card, you could always adjust it and use the other side. It's really pretty. So let's grab this now, this long piece here. Oh, and this time I didn't. It's just easier to peel these off as one thing versus a few. All right, so this will go here, there, and there. And then we'll put a few more. So this looks really cool with it popped up. That's why I wanted to make sure I pop mine up. If you guys like to have your cards not be quite as high, you could definitely not pop them up. And glue this flat. All right, we got enough dimensionals on here. And now this is gonna be difficult though, because once you start to put this down, you don't have a lot of forgiveness with moving it. It's not liquid glue. So what I'm going to do, so here's what you could do. You could eyeball this. Put this on upside down. You can see how much border you have. Once you have that, then I'm going to start up here and get it centered top to bottom and the left side, how it's laying. And then hopefully, if I have it on here straight, I should be able to drop it and have the same amount of border on the bottom there, right? All right, so that's good. Now we have your favorite part in the whole wide world. Being very sarcastic. Not really. So you either hate or you love fussy cutting. And I guess you can be in the middle. I can be in the middle because I don't mind to do it if it's one thing. But this would have been something for those of you who like to craft along with me and have some things done ahead. This is something you could have definitely done. You could have had yours all definitely cut and stamped and cut ahead. Because I go in here. I go in here all the way down to that stem. And if that's too hard or you don't want to do that, you don't have to. But I like to get right down in there. Clean that little middle part out. It would be super cool if there would have been one die with this set. Just tell me one die. One die that I could have just cut this out with a die. So we're going to come in here and work our way around here. I'm not done. I didn't miss that leaf. I get distracted. I know I get that from my mom. She likes to bop around and go out of order and then come back and hopefully remember that it's there. And that's how I felt about this guy right there. So we're going to come in here. All right, so we got a little less than half of that done. And now we'll go around these flowers. So what's really cool is Debbie Guest suggested using mixed florals. That stamp set that has a tall, skinny flower in it. And then if you did use that one, you would have a die that could cut out your flower, which would be super cool. Now, we designed these cards with only this one needing to be fussy cut. I'm almost positive the other two are stamped right onto the mat that they go on. Now, I didn't go all the way up in there, right? But I did come down, right down through this area here, like that. And it's kind of hard to see. Sometimes you gotta move the paper around to be able to see where you're going. Like that. Come back up. Boom. Okay, so now I'd say we're 2/3 done. And it does look really cool once you have everything all cut. What was the other set that Debbie said? I don't remember, Debbie, you said another set. I was trying to think if that other set had dies. But we're almost done. It's not the end of the world to have to fussy cut. I didn't mind fussy cutting until I had to fussy cut about 150 of something Christmas related for Christmas cards back in the year 1999. And so since 1999, I haven't really enjoyed fussy cutting unless it's just one thing like this. I can handle that, no problem. And we're getting there. All right, just gotta do this bottom part. And you do see the bottom part, so we gotta definitely get this buttoned up here. All right. Almost there, just this little guy. Oh, hello, kitten. Hunky Noodle is in the neighborhood right here. Watch out, I don't want to get your whisker, buddy. Don't get my tail either, Mom. Well, don't put it in front of my scissors, little boy. All right. Well, hello, handsome kitten. What you doing, buddy? Checking out to see if there's any squirrels? Now where are you gonna go? All right, there's our pretty flower. All right, buddy, gotta make a decision. You can't just stay standing right here. Gonna go down? All right, there you go, buddy. Okay, so now that we've got the hard part done, we get to do the rest of the assembly. We have a little bit of vellum. With vellum, you have to be careful because you can see through it. Zinnias! Oh yes, the zinnias, perfect. So I'm gonna run this right through the middle here because that is where the label is gonna go. And this is slightly about 1/8 of an inch underneath that circle. The circle that we used for it is a 2.5 inch circle punch. That is a Stampin' Up! Punch, but it is not available in the online store. It was retired many years ago, but I have all the collection of circles. Circles are classic. So I have like 2.5, 2 3/8, 2 1/4, 2 1/8, 2. They have a new 1 7/8 inch circle punch that's out now. I think it's not in stock quite yet, but it'll be available soon. It's in the new annual catalog. So I like to keep all my circle punches on standby. Oh, thanks, Rosie Prouty. I appreciate that. Hi, Sandy Quay Emery. Cheerful Daisies also, and that would have dies. Yes, very good. All right, so what we're going to do on this is put a piece of tear and tape across the back. And I'm going to angle dangle my happy, and then trim this side straight up. Now, if you need to use a paper trimmer for that, you definitely could. And I take the tear and tape off, and now I made this look like a bow. You have to be very careful with this ribbon. Punches and dies make life so much easier, but we didn't always have that. It's so true. And cutting as a lefty is not easy. You have to be very careful because this velvet ribbon is not velvet on the backside. It's white and not velvety. So I'm going to take the velvety side with it face up. Underneath my T and my H, I'm going to angle it like so. And then when I bring it over here, I'm going to make sure I fold it so that the bow is the velvet up. I come to the middle here, and then I'm going to cross this side, make it look like a bunny ear, and then I've got my little tail. So it made it look like you are doing a bow, but you're not doing a bow. And you have just enough to do that amount and trim your tails so that they are at an angle. But you're going to want to grab the tear and tape and put that over the top like this so that holds it in place. All right, so you still have the ability to tug on the tails if you need to a little bit, if you want to make your bows slightly smaller or bigger. While this is in my hand, I think I'm just going to trim my tails because it'll be a little bit easier than once it's down on my card. So trim those little tails like that. Cutesy. That's it. Hardly wasted any ribbon there. Thanks, Sandy Quamery. Now this guy, because this frame is popped up with dimensionals, what we're going to do is pop up the flower head like this. And I think we can pop up this little section right here because that part is going to be hitting the blackberry. And I actually also did pop up a little bit. I just felt it. I put some underneath that little leaf right there and this little guy. So that one's that big. And now this other side needs to be a little skinnier. We're going to put it here. And then I'm going to put a little bit of liquid glue near the bottom. And this is kind of centered in the circle. So this card was cased from, if you guys remember, the Daisy Daydream paper pumpkin that we got back in March. There was a circle with a flower in the middle. That's where we cased this one from. It was so cool. We loved that layout a lot. And then this is going to get a dimensional there and here. And this is a big Humpty Hump right here, so we don't have to worry about that so much. And then we've got that going across the front like that. You see a little bit of vellum on that right side. Now, is there a part of the vellum that we could potentially adhere? I don't know. It's pretty solid underneath here, and you want to be careful because any glue you put, you'll see it. On the gems, you either have too big and a small or too small and a big. And I would put the oddball there, and then your pair. So if you have a big and a small, I'd put them together over here. Like that. Now, the other thing you could too is check out to see if you like this better. So instead of doing these like that, you could put them like that, right? So opposite angles, but you have to do what you like. And I like it like that. Okay. So in that one, I put it above. That one, I put it below. So all good. Now for Stella-ing, I will send a message later. I was wondering if the videos are still available for Fun in the Sun 24 because of Facebook deleting stuff are so many. Oh, well, you know, that's a really good question, Tanya, and I'm sure you're not the only one that's wondering. Now, I thought that was with pages and not groups. Oh, but you know what, Tanya? I didn't put Stampin' Fun in the Sun in any event that I ever do. I do them as unlisted YouTube videos. I don't do videos in Facebook. I haven't done videos per se for classes in Facebook since October of 2022. So you'll never find any of my videos in Facebook unless they're an impromptu video that I used. Oh, I just realized, like, when I do stamp my small business showcases and I walk through the vendors, all that stuff got deleted, I guess. Do I need it? Not really. But you need to go looking, not to tell you what to do, but if you're looking for that stuff, Tanya, or anybody else that needs stuff from like the Winter Creative Escape, the Autumn Creative Escape, Stampin' Fun in the Sun, anything from the past, what you're going to want to do, two things: look in your email for Stampin' Fun in the Sun PDF for me, or go to the group. And I can show this to you guys because you might not know this, but my groups aren't getting deleted, right? So if you go to Stampin' Fun in the Sun 2024, and you pull up my event. Oh, that's the event. I don't want the event. I want the group. So let me just see if I can write group here. Yes. So Tanya, you should have access to this private Facebook group. Now okay, well, let's try this. I'm set up right now. I get what's happening. I'm as myself, as a business. I need to go to myself personally and then search for it. So one moment, please. Stampin'. I want to show you really quick how to find this, because if you're wondering, I'm sure others might be wondering, under the featured section is where you're going to find all the creative presentations, and there's also going to be in the files section. All right, so under the files section, you'll find the project tutorial right here. Stampin' Fun in the Sun project tutorial PDF, and you can go there and download it, okay? So it's in the Facebook group. So that's not a video. What happens is that PDF is going to come up, and in the PDF, you're going to have links to the YouTube videos, okay? So hopefully that helps you. And if you can't find the links, I can always send you the agenda. Just send me an email, all right? And I will, oh, I did the wrong one. We'll do this one too. So, yeah, everything, and if you're not on Facebook, Kelly and I just were talking to Pat Shee-Bischoff. I was working with Pat Shee-Bischoff. We realized that not everybody's in Facebook or lives in Facebook land or does anything in Facebook. So what we decided to do with all of our events going forward is we are creating a Google folder for all the pictures, for all the swap cards, and all the PDFs to have a central repository in a Google folder. And so if you don't do Facebook, you can let me know that, and I will share access with this folder for you so that you can get your documentation and see the photos for all the cards via that platform versus Facebook. So there you go. We solved a dilemma that we were experiencing, that people don't always have Facebook. So that's super cool. All right, so let's flip back here. We've got our first card done. I don't think it was so hard. And what's cool about it is you got to experience fussy cutting, but a really pretty birthday card. All right, so that one's finito. We finished that one. The next card we're going to do is this one, which has my little Post-it note on it. And this is the yellow one. So I'm not quite certain what's going on with it, but we'll find out momentarily. And you can put your gems off to the side. We'll burnish this like that. All right, so this is what the card looks like. And we did definitely cut some stuff out of here. Oh man. So the ink paper scissors. You're probably wondering, well, none of these cards feature these die cuts. Well, you guys, when we kit up classes within a month, the same month that like this is a mat and we needed some green foliage, we definitely cut them out of this mat, which was super cool because it cuts out the middle and no one will ever notice it. So check the matting, make sure you like the matting. And then you have a white and a green, and then a white and a green, and a white and a green. I don't know why I have the Post-it note, but I do. So what we did, this is that new turtle ribbon. It's soft seafoam on one side and shaded spruce on the other. What I'm going to do is fold it in half. And what I cut each one of these in half vertical, or the long way, and because otherwise they were too wide. So you're going to end up with a little bit of fraying. It's just part of it. It's going to happen. But what you can do is grab your tweezers or have somebody hold it for you. But I'm going to wrap this around twice. 1, 2, and then I'm going to try to tie this in a knot or a really tight overhand knot. Just like that. All right, good deal. Pull that tight. Very good. And I'm going to do a knot. So thanks, Kathleen. All right. So there we've got that staged and ready to go. And you can make your fold at the top a little bit bigger or smaller. But there's that. So we need to use some different color inks now, though. So what we're going to have to do is clean our flower head. We'll have to clean the inside, our little jelly bean. And we'll have to clean, the leaves are also garden green, so we're good on that. But this, we had used the memento. Sorry for the interruption, but thanks. You're looking for the info right now. Great. Well, so Tanya, don't look at it as an interruption. Let's look at that as a learning experience, because I'm sure that you're not the only one out there that needs to get something finished of mine that is an event. And that way you guys know where to look for things. Okay. So hopefully if it answers your question without having to send me an email and me replying for an email, I look at it as like, that's a win for us. Okay. So this one can get glued down right on the outside of your yellow like that. And what's great about that kind of stuff, you guys, is I can show you how to look for things very easily versus having to go back and forth in an email or a text message 20 times. I'm going to put this like this, or I'm going to put it like this. I guess I like that flower up in that corner, and I like that guy on the side there. So this gets glued like this. But we might as well glue this one in right away too. So we're going to get rid of some pieces right off the bat. Hi, Mary Ellen Ryan from Montana. All right, so there's that. Now let's do some stamping. So we're going to stamp our flower on here, but it's also, we stamped it in that bottom corner here. So we need this guy, and we need espresso changeo. And I don't know where I have. One moment, please. I needed to grab an espresso, so I found one. All right, so our flower power here. Pull a cat fur. All right, so the flower fits in here, just like that. Pretty just with this layer showing yellow in the middle. Yes, I definitely agree. Okay, so there's one flower. That'll go there. And then what we're gonna do is grab a scrap, and then this go in the bottom corner again. So you guys will got lots of practice on this. All right, so that's it for that. Ooh, so here's the thing. I missed part of the leaf on that side, but I bet, or the petal, I bet you any money that you're really not gonna even notice it. So what color did we use? I think we used crushed curry. We did, so let's grab crushed curry. Let's see what it looks like with doing some crushed curry, because you might not even, did I clean this? Yes, I did. And I got my fingernail on that. All right, so let's see what this looks like. All right, you guys, I might have my head in the picture, but there and there. Oh, that looks cool. So you don't even notice that part of the brown was missing over there. So I think we're okay to go. I love getting your kits fast and easy to make. Absolutely beautiful cards. Good. Yay. That's what it's all about. We help you guys hit the easy button. And you still get to use your stamps and your ink and your adhesive. There's that. Very cool. And the gang. Now, the inside of this, though, we're trying to do a sunflower look. If you do first strength with the brown, it'll be super dark. But let's see what second strength. So second strength might be too light. So what we'll do, I'm just going to go with first strength here. I think in the tutorial, the PDF tutorial, if you guys refer to it, I think we put second strength. And I'll show you the difference here, what it looks like. The inside I'm going to do second strength. And the outside I'm going to do first. They both look nice, right? I think they both look good. It's so you see the lines more on that one and you see them less on that one. So it's your call, whatever you want. First or second strength, either way is a win. And then we need the garden green again. So let's grab our garden green and we're going to stamp our leaves. So this one is going to be the hard one to line up again. So you got to just double check everything. Get your angles right. All right, there it is. Oh, yeah. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so that's amazing to have it look like that after you stamp it. And you didn't have to color anything. So that's cool. Where if you use the zinnia or if you use the mixed rollers, you're going to have to color in. For this stamp set, you don't have to color that at all. All right, so we're not quite done. Well, we're done with the green, but we got one more thing left with the brown here. I have on the outside here, thank you for everything, right? And that comes from the beautiful motifs. Thank you for everything. So we pulled that one. And then on the inside for this one, we're going to use a saying that comes from, now when you stamp this, stamp it more to the left because we have this little ribbony is going to go on the right. Been on the fence with the sunflowers. They are so pretty. You're going to get. So Kathleen, when people say that they were on the fence about something for a little while and then they get off and they get it, that's when we say, as people that are showing things off, we say, well, now our work here is done. All right, that's a little bit crooked. So I'm going to try this again. That's why you can flip it over. Perfect. I'm good with that. I can live with it. And then the other one that goes on the inside, it says, you are remarkable in every single way. So we're going to grab that, put that on this block, and I'm going to stamp that a little bit more to the left, I guess, because I don't want to send, I don't know. If you guys look on my sample here, I have it off to the left. But I can, yeah, figure out wherever you guys want to stamp it. There's no rule. You have to stamp it in a certain spot. But I'm going to put it right there. A wunderbar. All right. So now we can get a little glue happy again. So we're going to glue and glue. It's a fun layout. Really get to feature the designer series paper. All right, so then this one mats on our garden green, just like that. Good deal. What is the stamp set's name again, please? It is called You Are Remarkable. Like right here, Mita. You are remarkable. In every way. All right, isn't that a pretty inside? Oh, so good. All right, that's why we double mat. All right, now this guy is going to get popped up. And put 6 little guys on here. Fussy cutting or coloring? Coloring's coloring every time. Oh, yeah, I would pick coloring over fussy cutting. I definitely would too. So now this gets put right in the middle, and I feel a little bit bad I'm covering up some of my Daisy Dukes, but that's okay. My flowers. And there it is. So right there. Now this little green is just an accent piece for this. And you see the green on the top and the side and the bottom. So what we're gonna do, put a little line of glue like that. I don't know why I flipped that over, but this little guy will go like this. And it should line up flush on the right. And then you just want to make sure you see the green the same. If you want it to match this, you'd have the green same on the side and the bottom. And then what'll happen is it's going to hang out over the top, but we need to put a couple dimensionals right on the side here. And right here and here. And then what we're going to do, put a little glue there. And so you can kind of see, you see the little tail here. I wanted to see the tail there. If you put it down here, it kind of looks like it's growing out of it. I guess I wanted to see just a little bit of that. Now, you can put it however you want to. There's no right or wrong. So it's however you want to see it. And then what'll happen, we're going to grab some glue dots. Some glue dots right there. I want 2 of them. And I'm going to put one kind of in that middle area right there. And another one kind of right below it. And then I'll be able to set this into it. And kind of tweak it, twist it, however you gotta do it. And then grab that ribbon scissors, the actual ribbon scissors, which is probably right here. You can trim your little tail on your linen thread. And then what you'll wanna do is trim your tails. I'm gonna trim that guy. Oh man, I'm a little short. A little more. I'm short, but that's always the joke when I say I'm short on something. And Tyler's like, yep, you're short. Yep. All right. So the ribbon tails are trimmed. If you have any of these little fraying things going on, you can trim them off too. But don't be afraid to cut your ribbon to be a little more delicate or skinnier if you want, because if that ribbon would be this wide, it would be too bulky on this card. And we cover up the soft sea foam and let the shaded spruce come through, which actually matches the garden green just fine. And then you've got your little yellow gem Z's. You've got too big and a small, or the opposite. So I have too big and a small. And so I'm gonna put it where you can see it too. On this one, it kind of gets lost, but I put a big one in the middle. I have that same, oh, look at this. I have almost the same pattern going on. I put it in the middle of that one, kind of shows it off. And then over here, I've got 2. Hello, Nancy Mole. And then you can Stella all of your flowers on your designer paper. That is definitely something you want to consider doing, because they won't bleed at all. I'd stay away from anything you stamped because it might bleed in a way that you don't want it to. Perfect. All right, and that was our second one. And so now we have 2 done. We have the purple and we have the yellow done. And that leaves us with our Lost Lagoon and Berry Burst one to do. And in that kit, we have a gatefold style card. So when you flip it, it'll open like that. So you should have your 3 white gems. And they're on the top. Now you have a little work to do. We did include emergency in the building. I'm glad you got home okay. In the PDF tutorial, we have the exact size that you need of each panel, but I didn't want Karen to have to cut all these and then for us to keep them paired up. So we thought it would be easier for everybody just to cut their own. And so it eliminated 2 things, Karen having to cut them and us trying to keep them paired up. And the reason that you want to keep them paired up is because the pattern flows into the next. So this is 3 7/8 wide. And so what you're going to want to do is cut it in half, and it is 1 15/16. Okay, so for those that don't like 16ths, what you're going to do is go to your 2-inch mark, and it's 1 tick mark behind the 2. Like, so it's 1 tick mark less the 2. So here's 2 inches, right? 2 and 2 is 4, but we're at 3 7/8. So we need to go to right behind the 2. There's 1 tick mark. And when you're cutting your paper, you want to make sure you're straight. Mine is not straight. It's actually angled this way. And I know that because when I look down here, I'm closer to the line than I am up there. So it's always important when you're cutting your paper, check here, and then hold it really good. Not where my right hand is, but I'm going to get this lined up. And then I'm going to hold it with my left hand. And there. So now, you guys, your pattern will be continuous across the front of your card, right? So in essence, you're just cutting it in half. In your kit, you're going to have another little glimmery paper. Like we had this last time too. We had some glimmer. So this is that Berry Burst glimmer paper from the Zinnia glimmer paper. And then there's a little white piece for the You've Been on My Mind. Thanks for sharing, Sherry Martin. And then we'll have the white matting onto the berry, onto the lagoon. 2 inside mats, right? Our white and our berry. Like that. That looks good to me. And then you'll have your little bit of Lost Lagoon ribbon. Okay, so you are going to want to burnish. So the one side can go. And now I want to make sure that when I burnish this side, that I'm butting up the 2 mats, the 2 papers to come together so that one's not overlapping and they're not gapped in the middle. So I wanted to make sure I was holding that good. All right, so very good. Now we could do a little gluing. I want to just make sure that's matched up. I'm going to flip these over. Oh, I'm not the biggest fan of this green color. that looks weird, the fern. I don't know. It's fine. It's all right. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. It's fine, right? So it's just not my cup of tea. That's why we opted to go with the Lost Lagoon pattern on the other side, because it just seemed to flow better. So I'm going to also glue this. Hold me on. We're getting to the end of this, dude. All right, we got that. And there's no reason why we couldn't do this one right away. All right, so I know that's a lot of gluing, but we'll be okay. Just don't get anything in the way. So this will go on the inside. Like that. And then this one gets glued to this. Like so. Perfect. And now these, I have them upside down. So when I pick this up, I gotta flip it backwards. So then this one will go here. And then again, this one's flipped. So I just gotta flip it this way. And now the outside is ready to go. Okay. So far, so good. Now this, I should have done all the mementos together. You could do gray with this one too. I think I actually used gray. Let me look here. I used basic gray. Very good. Okay. So that means we need to do a little cleanup again on aisle 9. And we need to clean our greenie this time because we're going to be switching to Lost Lagoony. And You've Been on My Mind also comes from that beautiful motif. So we're going to swap that out. So we'll grab the beautiful motifs. Lots of beautiful sayings, you guys. If you haven't figured out that the set is out there yet, you might look for it because a lot of nice outside sentiments. We used it for my catalog launch class. And that I'm here for you, that fits too. I'm here for you always. I think that fits in there too if you'd like to use that. All right, so we need that. We need our jelly bean in the yellow. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for welcoming me back. Sandy said, glad I'm not the only one that bangs the glue bottle when getting low. Oh, yes. The joke is with the glue bottle, you guys, when you get to the end of the glue, Naughty Nancy, well, I always said you can get more out of it. Naughty Nancy's the one that said, just put it between your legs. Like when you're sitting down, your legs are like this. You just set it in between your legs. And the heat from your legs will warm up the glue. And then the joke is that you get 20 more cards out of it. So Gina's son, Landon, he imitates everybody. He has my mom is, want a cookie? Take one for each hand. Or he's like, want a cookie? Take 2, 1 for each hand. So that's what my mom would say. Tyler's is, I'm Tyler. I don't know what it is. Tyler has a thing that he says. I don't know. He never came up with one for my dad because he was afraid my dad wouldn't like it. Because my dad is like kind of like a grizzly bear sometimes. So he was afraid to do one for my dad. And mine is, hi, I'm Chris. I can get 20 more cards out of this glue bottle. That's what he made up for me. So yes, you can definitely get 20 more cards out of a glue bottle. I'm not saying you really will get 20, but you can at least get more if you put it. So I always would put glue between my legs, and then Naughty Nancy's the one who coined it as crotch glue. And Bonnie coins hers as boob glue because she puts it, down her bra, and that also warms it up. I guess the point is you could do it that way, or some people will leave it in a hot glass of water and put it inside the water, and the water will also warm it up, but that creates more work, I think. Anyways, now you guys know all about the different glues. All right, so this little guy right here, we can also connect that to the front of the card. And so what I'm going to do is grab 4 and run them down there. And then I'll run down these guys on this side. You need to match teacher hours. I missed an hour of class. I know, you guys, I don't generally do a lot of classes at one. And it's only, Let's Just Stamp is really my only regular series class that I do. And it started off because I worked a full-time job and I'd come home on my lunch hour and do classes. Because I don't have many more nights in the day. Or, I don't have a lot of nights available. And I've always just kept Let's Just Stamp at this time. All right, so we need basic gray. So let's just grab that because I didn't think I grabbed that. And you could use smoky slate. You could use gray granite as well. Either of any of them work. I don't have hot water right now, so can't do that. Yes, Nancy Mole. The people in Walt Disney at the resort on Friday also did not have hot water. Apparently, the boiler broke or got shut down. So I'm happy that Kelly and I both took our showers the night before, because in the morning, the conundrum was, who wants to shower while you're on vacation with a cold shower? So we didn't have to worry about that though. All right, so there's our gray. So we got all the colors for our flowers, gray, black, and espresso. And then on the inside, let's see this guy right here. This is also in the gray granite. So let's grab my piece again over here and do that. All right, so we got the flower power done. We should be done with our gray granite. And, excuse me, Lost Lagoon and the berries that burst. Let's do the little guy here. So you've been on my mind. Hello. You've been on my mind goes right there. And then I grabbed Thinking of You. Thinking of You comes from Beautiful Motifs. Guys, so cool. I love these little skinny sentiments that you can easily add to the front of cards. This one is also in the Lost Lagoon. Going near the top, right there. And then we need our leaves, which will be Lost Lagoon. Right here. I put in a request with Demonstrator to bring the little guillotine and the A block. Yes. Nancy Mole, that's a good idea. Anybody who wants certain things like that, it would definitely be great to keep letting Stampin' Up! Know. Get them in the suggestion box. Okay, so there's a little Lost Lagoon. Now, this one, my Lost Lagoon is a very juicy pad. So I want to see what this looks like at second strength. Too light. Okay, that's not going to work. So we're going to keep it with first strength. Head coming in, you guys. Headshot coming in. Get to see all my little flyaways. One moment, please. Let's get that good. All right. So you can see the front of the card like this. My ink pad upstairs is a little bit lighter, and that one's a little bit darker, but that's okay. Then we need to use berry bursts for our flower. And that goes right here. So pretty, and then I feel pretty. goes right here. Oh man. Right about there. Okay, that's not bad. So that's it for the berries. And now we can use the last of our daffodil to put for our little jelly bean. It really does look like a jelly bean. And so we're gonna do yellow here. And what did we say? Early on, we said if you're gonna stamp off, get any of that residual ink off of it before inking up and going to the next one. Very good. That's it for stamping for today. Well, for right now. Later we'll be stamping. This will get glued onto, oh, hang on, you can do this one too. So this guy goes right onto here. Now, we talked about in the PDF tutorial, if you have those little crafting Velcro dots, you might consider using them. We did not put them in the kits. They weren't part of my original card. But we thought of it after Diane did her class in person, that if you do have the Velcro dots, it would be great to put one like right here. And then when you shut the card, it'll stay shut. Otherwise, it's going to have a tendency of wanting to stay open. So for this, what I would do is grab the tear-in tape and put it across. Let's go across the mat. Perfect. Okay. Put it on the white just in case it was too long. And this is going to position right over that glimmer paper. Like that. And now for this ribbon, you're not going to be able to weave it back and forth. I promise. You're not going to have enough. This is a retired ribbon, so we had to be strategic about using it. So everybody got, what, about 4 inches? So you're going to put your tear-in tape across the back of the top and the bottom. And grab, it's here. I know that, oh, there he is. There's a little tail, it's hiding. Okay, so I'm gonna do the loop underneath the you've, like a little loop here. So grab it, and I want it a little closer, so let's move to the middle more. The darker leaves pop on the card. Good, oh yeah, so you can see the difference. I think you guys can see the right side's a little lighter, that's darker. Either way, it's perfectly good. It looks nice either way. So I'm gonna make that loop and a tail, okay? So I'm using only half of what's there, and I'm gonna cut it short like that. And now I have half of it left, but I'd like to just button that up really quick. Now, you're gonna flip it over, and under the M and the I and the N, something like right here, I'm gonna make a little loop. You should have enough to make a tail. And as long as you cut it at a diagonal, life is good. And you don't even have to trim the other side, right? It's good, like that's it. Now, if you're worried, what you should do before you do what I did, take your ribbon and cut it in half at a diagonal. And then you can split them evenly. I kind of was just going with it, knowing that I thought that's what was gonna happen, and that's exactly what happened. Took advantage and signed up special and joined my team. Oh my gosh, Janice Ormiston, how exciting! Yay, congratulations. Phenomenal, awesome. So you guys, Michelle Foran too here. You guys, Michelle Foran's been commenting. Michelle joined the team last week. So very cool. So cool. Awesome sauce. Well, congratulations to our newest Be Happy stamper, Janice. I love it. Awesome. All right, so then this is gonna go here, and we're gonna pop this up with some dimensionals. So there's ribbon back here providing height, but we'll just add some dimensionals in the spot where the ribbon and tape isn't. You want to make sure you don't have any dimensionals or glue hanging off the edge of this right here. And that looks perfect. So we're going to put this right about here. So cool. There it is. That goes right there. You're in for a great time. Wonderful. Thanks for that, Debbie Gast. It is a great time. We always have a good time. All right. So I think we did it. I know I went a little bit over. or a lot, but this guy goes on this one. My sample here, but we didn't do the gems yet, so let's grab gems really quick. And you should have your 3 white gems. I've got a big and a small off to the side. I'm going to put it right over the top of the circle because it fits right in there like that. And then the other one, I'm going to put it over right about here. That looks good. And then what do you want to Stella? So I'll show you. You can Stella your flowers. You just have to be careful because your Stella pen's going to pick up ink. I'm not going to. It's going to, so right now there's a whole bunch of little detail and you'll lose that detail. I'm pretty sure you will. So what you could do, if you want, you could just go like this. Huh. Do all your designer series paper, right? Very cool. Just like that. And leave it like that and call it good in the hood. Okay. We did it. So for those that came in a little bit late, we got a really late start. We got about 20 minutes late because I was tardy for class. Pulling everything and anything from wherever I could find it to show off in the beginning. And then we started, I think, at maybe 20 after chatting. And I think we finally started cards at like 10 to. So really, you guys, we've only been working for about an hour and a half on cards. So I don't think it was so bad. So especially if you guys didn't start with the beginning, you could always fast forward if anybody's wanting to not necessarily hear all the chitty chatty that goes on. But these are what we made today. So cool. It's the You Are Remarkable Let's Just Stamp. And there are no kits left. Just a reminder, there are no kits left. If you want to, though, the PDF tutorial is available. It's in the Inspiration Hive. I put it out there this morning. So you could always prep your own materials. And then the other option too is if you want to just purchase one PDF tutorial by itself, the tutorial is $8, and I would just send it to you via email. You can pay for it via my website. It is on my website. Oh, I lost my little thing. I used to have my sign here. I wonder what, you guys, I have no idea. But if you go to the first of the month, always the first of the current month, and you go down to that day, I have PDF tutorials available that I sell, and there's a list of them here. So the May Let's Just Stamp is called You Are Remarkable. If you pay for it via my website, it's $9. If you pay for it outside of my website, it's $8. And what you would do is just come down here, put it in your cart checkout, and then I'll email it to you. Or you can send money electronically via all the ways, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, all that stuff. And then I would just email it. But that's if you want to recreate these cards on your own. So the question I always ask is, what's your favorite? Hi, Lynn Beasley. I have to go with purple. There's something about the spotlight with the purple with the little bit of vellum tucked behind and the really pretty blackberry flower. I'm thinking that one's my favorite. I like these two a lot too, but I mean, if you're making me pick, I think I'm gonna go for purple. So, all right. Okay, cool. So I was looking, Janice, you must have just signed up after I started class because I don't think the email was in my inbox this morning before I started class. So I'll send you my welcome email and we'll make sure we get you added to all the groups and all the good stuff. So yay. And Pat says all 3 cards are lovely. You guys love all the cards. Okay. You love the chit chat. You learn so much. Oh, good. Okay. Good. Well, that's what's great about the lives is you guys can listen to the chit chat or you can skip over the chit chat. That's what's so nice about recorded content, that it's whatever you want. So I like to talk. Rosie said the sunflowers are her favorite. Good. And they're either daisies or they're sunflowers, right? They're probably daisies if I had to guess. I got some Gerberger daisies before I left for my, we left on Tuesday, Monday afternoon or Friday. No, Monday afternoon. We snuck in going to the berry patch here in Fond du Lac, and I got my flowers before they were all picked away. So now we're trying to keep them all alive while they're in the pots. And my mom just reached out to me yesterday. She's like, when do you want to plant flowers? I'm like, oh man, I didn't forget, but you got to build that into the schedule. So on Saturday, we're planting all the pretty flowers. Last year, I was in a wheelchair for the planting of my flowers, and all I could do was supervise, which wasn't that fun. But that was the only choice I had because my mom and Diane and little Chris planted all the flowers for me last year, and then they kept them all alive by watering them all the time. So Sherry likes the blue one. Nice. The Lost Lagoon for Mimi, too. All right, so I get to help plant my flowers this time, so that's good. So yeah, so it's Memorial Day weekend, you guys. I didn't even think about that. I had originally scheduled class for on Saturday, the 24th, the sweet class and the monthly class. And I reached out to everybody who signed up. And I think everybody would have made it work. But I thought, well, it's Memorial Day weekend. We don't want to have class. Tyler wants to maybe do something. And then all of a sudden my mom's like, we need to plant flowers. So that's what we're going to be working on Saturday. And then I rescheduled class for the 31st, which will be perfect. So it's all good. Tanya said, thanks for all the info for the fun in the sun. And so I'm hoping that you found it then, Tanya, and anybody else too. If you haven't put your projects together for any of the events that I do, or an event that I do, you can always go find the Facebook group, go to the featured section, or go to the filed section. The files section will give you the PDFs. The featured will give you links for all the videos, so you can find all the information that you need then. So yeah, all that information is always out there, so that's always good. What else? I don't know. Today's Monday, the 19th. I have a design week, a kitting week this week, you guys. We have 2 more things to kit up for the Stampin' Fun in the Sun, which is 2 weeks from Wednesday. So those are what we're going to try to kit up tomorrow. And I've got some helpers coming in to stuff all the pillow gifts that we're going to be giving. And I also have a helper coming in to help start sorting out the designer series paper for that event. And then in the interim too, Diane and I are going to start working on designing for ink, paper, scissors for June. And Let's Just Stamp. And I can't remember what ink, paper, scissors is. But Let's Just Stamp is going to do that extraordinary floral, that washi tape. That's what we're featuring for Let's Just Stamp next month. And then the Sweet class is featuring Scenic Adventures with the Weekend Adventures designer paper. And then there's Rose's class that she works on. And I have the monthly class. So this week we're going to start to try to get some of the stuff for June designed. And my goal will be, I'm not going to be doing a showcase video this week. It's not going to be in the cards for me at all. Not in that deck of cards. Next week, I would have to say by Wednesday or Thursday at the latest is when I'll be doing the June showcase. Okay. So we've got at least a solid week and a half before we're going to be ready. We have 4 classes to design. Plus there's a bingo in June, an in-person bingo that I do. So we're going to start working on the designing, and I think I'll try to work on it a little heavier over the weekend. But so yeah, but lots of stuff to always work on. And then in the interim, you guys responding to emails and texts and correspondence as much as I can. But you guys know the drill. If there's an emergency, but Tyler says there's no Stampin' emergencies. If there's something that you need to ask me quick or have a fast question, all you have to do is just call me and I'll try to answer it as quickly as I can. So Barbara Gabi, I did have a good time with Kelly. It was great to be with Kelly. You guys, I have fun with Kelly. We even said to each other, she said to me, you never annoy me with anything. And I'm like, well, good, because you never annoy me with anything either. So it's always great to hang out with somebody that doesn't annoy you at all. Like never. She could do anything and I'm not annoyed by her. So it's good, right? So that either she's not an annoying person or I'm not annoyed easily, right? So it's good, right? To be hanging out with people that you're not annoyed with. So yeah, so it only enhanced our relationship, which it was already great to begin with, but we're already planning a trip for next year, and we're already looking forward. Kelly is you guys, she's so stoked. I can't wait for you to watch her do the kit class tomorrow, because she is going to she's not going to try, she's going to work as hard as she can. Her ultimate goal, she came out of this trip. The next incentive trip I mentioned earlier on in this video is Alaska. And after that, they announced for 2027, it's Costa Rica. And she is ecstatically excited to start working and earning Costa Rica. We can't start working on that one until October 1st. But she's going to put herself and set herself up to start working her business alongside of mine and helping me as much as she still can, doing the same things. But she's going to fill in and hopefully get a game plan and a strategic plan of how she can start growing her own business called Sunshine Stamping Company, which she has all of that figured out already. So yeah, so you guys can, it's great. It's so exciting to see her want to reach for the stars as well. So very good. So yes, so we had a great time at Disney. It was good. I think I've torn my rotator cuff, can barely do anything with my right arm. Oh no, Nancy. That means that you need ice and probably heat and therapy is what it sounds like. So Oh, not an easy fix, I'm guessing, and hopefully not surgery, but lots of prayers coming your way to help you get through that pain and to help figure things out. All right, you guys, I think that's it. Lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to you. Thank you for being with me today for mystery. No, I was just thinking in my head we have mystery card night, but thanks for being with me for Let's Just Stamp. We'll see you tonight for mystery card night. Ooh, what is that? In less than 3 hours. We have 2.5 hours before mystery card night. So we'll see if I get any of the paper Palooza cards done before then. We'll see if I get 1 or 2 knocked out, but otherwise I'll have those definitely for you on Thursday night. So, all right, you guys, we'll see you in a little bit. Love you. Bye.